Hi everyone, it's Mila here. I hope you're all having an awesome day. So, I took up on this challenge to finish my long abandoned tropical island in 1 week. Yes, you heard that right. I wanted to finish my island in 1 week. So the original plan was to just give the island 1 week, and yeah, if I didn't have time to play on some days, that would be fine. But since work has been crazy busy and I honestly didn't manage to play a lot in 1 week, I decided to give this island like full 7 days and see how much I can get done on full 7 days of gameplay. So today I'm here to update you guys on the tropical island progress and what I've been up to. So without further ado, let's just jump into day 1. Obviously, it's no surprise, day 1 and actually day 2 were purely terraforming. Here you can see the map of the island when I started. So I would say like 25% of the island was pretty much done when I started. And yeah, I had kind of started this like water area behind the entrance a long time ago, but because I was like dreading the terraforming so much, I think that was also one of the reasons why I abandoned this island, because I was like, oh, there is like so much terraforming that I want to do, but it's like so much work that I kind of gave up on it. But surprisingly enough, I was able to do most of the terraforming in like 2 days, which was like a big surprise to me, because my biggest concern was honestly like terraforming and if it would take like too much time and seriously like the whole 7 days would be only terraforming or something like that. But yeah, ever since from the beginning, the plan for this island was to kind of turn this into like a tropical holiday paradise, kind of like, I don't know, Maldives style. So I wanted to create like this broad walk for the villagers and yeah, like place all the villager houses on this like water area with the broad walk, as you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Most of the terraforming I did on my couch, that's why like there is not a lot of footage of it, because yeah, I just couldn't bother sitting in front of my computer and terraforming, so there was only little snippets, but plus terraforming is kind of boring, so I cut most of it out. But yeah, you will see eventually how this area turns out. So day 1 and day 2 were pretty much purely terraforming, and even so I didn't manage to actually terraform all of the island, but I decided, because we didn't have much time, to leave some of the island kind of not so terraformed, if that makes any sense, but more about that a bit later on. So here you can see after 2 days how the map looks like. So I managed to make this kind of like broad walk section, and then I have like smaller little islands in the corners as well. Day 3, this was dedicated to custom designs. First, I wanted to find some new custom designs on Pinterest, but I don't know, I guess I'm not so good at using Pinterest because I couldn't really find a lot of the things that I wanted to. But anyways, I made a small board for like Tropicore stuff if you want to check it out. My Pinterest is linked in the description. But mainly I was obviously looking for the custom design code for the broad walk. And I did download a couple to try them out. The first one looked really cute, but actually in the end I realized that I made the broad walk a bit narrow and small, so I think this custom design is really cute, but you need a bit more space than what I definitely had. So yeah, if any of these piqued your interest, you can see the creator codes on screen as well. You can stop the video and take a picture. Also, I wanted to try out another path, but in the end it was way too light in my opinion, so I went back to the old one. But I decided to keep this sand path because it looked really cute, and I was like, okay, eventually I need to decorate my beaches as well. So I actually did end up using that a bit later on, although it does take a lot of spots, so I'm not sure if that was the bestest move. But yeah, as you can see, I went back to this soil and flower design because it's very, very cute and it actually looks good on the tropical island as well. One of my favorite designs, definitely. So now we're moving on to the boardwalk section, and here you can kind of see me try different designs. All of them were actually really, really cute, but yeah, as you can see here, there was actually like only one square slot of the boardwalk because I made the boardwalk only like 2 tiles wide, if that makes any sense. I also tried this one that actually didn't look too bad, and if you want to kind of save some custom design slots, I think this was a really, really good option. I already had this design saved to my account, so I almost went with this design, but in the end I decided something else. But yeah, here you can kind of see maybe if it's something that you would want to do. And yeah, I was also trying out like maybe if I would make the boardwalk a bit wider, but yeah, I don't know, there was just something about this design. Maybe it would look better if it was not by the water or something. Yeah, I spent way too much time on day 3 just like trying to decide which custom design to use. And I think I tried one more design that wasn't too bad, and definitely like if you want to save some design slots, I would definitely go with something that only takes like 3 slots, because the design that I ended up using actually takes like a bazillion slots from your custom design things. Oh yeah, this is the 3rd one. It looked really cute as well, but I don't know, it just wasn't perfect. Yeah, I spent just way too much time on this. But yeah, this one looks really bridge-like. Okay, so here is the one that I ended up going with. I think this was almost like... No, this was like the very end of the day, and I was like, okay, am I gonna do this? Am I gonna change it one more time? But I think this one looks so good. Obviously, it takes a ton of space from your custom design slots because it has a lot of different sections. And my boardwalk was kind of complicated. Like, it has a lot of like corners and stuff like that. So yeah, just bear in mind this design definitely takes a lot of slots, but it looked so good. So I was like, okay, I have to go with this one, and I'm really happy about this one. I definitely want to use this maybe like in another build as well. But here you can see our Maldives Paradise Island is kind of taking shape. And we can finally get into some decorating action. So day 4 started with some treasure islands, and yeah, I have to say, on day 4 the treasure islands were definitely driving me crazy. Like, honestly, they are sometimes so time consuming, and I just wanted to throw my Switch in the wall because it just took ages. I don't know, like, sometimes it's just the timing. Everyone is trying to get on the islands and it's like such a hot mess, and I went on so many islands and got kicked out and lost all my items. Like, treasure islands, they are like a great resource, but sometimes they do drive me crazy, like, I have to say. But yeah, definitely this account, I haven't played on it for like a year, so I didn't have any of the new items or anything, so I definitely needed the treasure islands. Also, I just want to say, if the video footage is a bit like laggy, I'm so sorry. I think I have a problem maybe with my capture card. Just for some reason, like, streaming and recording are all a little bit laggy, and I just can't figure out what's wrong. Like, I've tried so many different settings on my recording software and nothing seems to work. So yeah, in case it is a little bit laggy, I'm so sorry about that. I feel like probably my capture card is broken or something, or maybe I don't know. But yeah, just as a side note. Okay, where were we? Day 4. more treasure islands, what a surprise. Yeah, but yeah, at some point, like, all the treasure islands seems to be like a huge flop, like I couldn't find any of the items that I wanted to, and sometimes I mistakenly went to like the recipe island that I really didn't need. So yeah, I wasted a lot of time on day 4, and I feel like actually, like, this is where I spend most time on, just like going to treasure islands. Like, if I would have all these items already, I would have probably had more things done. But yeah, in the end of day 4, I just wanted to do some small decorating, so I finished Pate's area, which is nothing really that special because, to my usual fashion, I didn't leave a lot of space for the villager yards, which is a little bit annoying. So yeah, everyone's yard is a little bit generic, I would say. And also on the broad walk, there is not a lot of space. But yeah, I just wanted to put Pate like next to my house because she is my best buddy on this island. And I love her so much. And yeah, I kind of need her to my next island as well, I feel like. I wish I would have Happy Home Paradise as well, but that would have been obviously way too much work to like try to redesign all the houses and everything, like speedrun HHP. But yeah, would have been definitely a lot of fun to make the houses blend into the landscape as well. But yeah, we'll leave that for next time. I kind of honestly feel like one day in the future I want to make another tropical island and really make it like really good, because obviously with this challenge I couldn't really go back to these areas. I just had to like decorate it and move on, and whatever was done, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I definitely wanted to make like kind of a food court area on the broad walk. So this is what I'm decorating right now. Yeah, I think in the end, everything was kind of small, so I wish I would have left more space for stuff. And yeah, at some point also I realized I was like missing a lot of things and I had to go back to the treasure island. So at some point I kind of like gave up and I was like, okay, we'll continue this another day, because yeah, the treasure islands were definitely like driving me crazy on day 4. But yeah, like as I said, since there was a kind of a time limit for this challenge, I just had to like push forward. So in case I didn't like really like some area, I just had to leave it be, because yeah, when you have more time, you can obviously like go back to those areas that you don't like so much and like re-terraform them and stuff like that. But for this challenge, it was like, let's just build some fun stuff and leave it be and hope for the best. I think if I would recreate this tropical island, I would definitely like make this broadwalk area bigger and leave more space for the villager yards and stuff. And I would probably make it a bit more grid-like. Like you can probably see on the map, it's a bit like natural or like a messy design. So I don't know, maybe a grid one would look better. I'm not sure. But yeah, maybe there will be a return of the tropical island at some point. But also, what I actually really liked about this challenge was the fact that you just had to build something and just leave it be and be happy with it. So, because I'm like definitely an overthinker and overanalyzer, and maybe that's the reason why I never finish any islands, because I'm like, oh, now I don't like this area anymore, I have to go back to it and rebuild the whole thing. So this one was definitely a fun one. Like honestly, I kind of really enjoyed this challenge, and I was like, why did I like overthink this whole island and just gave up on it? Like, oh, things, you know. Okay, now we are at day 5, and for day 5 I wanted to focus on the museum area. So as you can see, I didn't have the time to terraform this part of the island, but I did do it on day 5, and because of the time limit, I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave like most of the terraforming as it is and just add like a lot of water elements to this build. So that's mainly what I did with the museum area. Also, I don't know if you guys remember, but the museum on this island was actually only Blather's tent, because I think the tent looks really good on a tropical island. But what I discovered was that if Blathers is in his tent, you cannot move his location. Okay, maybe that's really obvious right now, but I did not know that you cannot like change that location. So I had to actually bring him the stuff and upgrade the museum from the tent to the actual building, because yeah, obviously when I started to build this island, the tent wasn't in a location that I wanted it to be. Maybe I should have just put it on the beach or something. That probably I would have been able to work around that, but yeah, that was a bit annoying. So yeah, in case you are sometimes planning to make like a really cool Blathers tent build, just remember that you cannot relocate him if he's in his tent. So yeah, we have a museum now. So I didn't have any plan for the museum, so I just like kind of chucked it in this corner of the island, and then I was like, okay, let's make it like kind of like abandoned museum, like it's kind of in this hidden location that everyone kind of forgot about or something. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to hide the museum and pretend like I put a lot of effort to it. And actually, like, this build wasn't supposed to be as detailed as it ended up being. But honestly, I think in the end, the museum might have been like my favorite area of the whole island. And I'm kind of happy that we kind of accidentally waited until the 2.0 update, because as you can soon see, I used a lot of the ruined pillars for this build, and I think they look so freaking good. Like, now I just want to make like this abandoned island style build. Like, I love these broken pillars and ruined seats and stuff. Like, they look so good. I love them. Like, this is my aesthetic, like just completely run down, abandoned, forgotten island, right? So yeah, in the end, this actually ended up being one of my favorite builds. You guys let me know. I know like not every build in this video is gonna be like the whole build. It's just gonna be like kind of like the beginning and then like how it turned out. As you can see here, I kind of skipped most of the decorating, and now you can kind of see how the museum area turned out. But yeah, it's kind of like this like secret museum entrance in this like rundown, mysterious forest area. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and definitely we will dive more deep into details in a future island tour. Obviously in these snippets as well, like not all of the trees have fully grown and stuff, but yeah, I just really freaking adore this area, if I say so myself. But yeah, definitely let me know in the comments, what is your favorite area? Obviously, I couldn't include all of the speed builds, otherwise this video would be like 100 hours long. So yeah, if you see any snippets of any areas that you like, please let me know. Or maybe, yeah, save them for the island tour, because then we will like go more into detail and actually tour these areas, because obviously I don't want to spoil them too much. And some of them I might have gone back to and kind of like added more details. But here you can see also what I decorated around the broadwalk. I added the lights and some rope fence. And yeah, the villager yards didn't have that much space obviously on them, so I couldn't place too many items on them. Fuchsia's yard is actually the only one that I didn't even finish during this week, and you can see I kind of changed a few details around this like food area here as well. But the main focus of day 5 was the museum. So day 6, the second last day, kind of started with more treasure islands, but I have to say on day 6 I had way better luck with the treasure islands than on day 5 and day 4. For some reason, I don't know. Not a lot of people went on treasure islands that day, so yeah, that was like, that was good for me and my sanity, let's just put it that way. Yeah, O'Hare got his little like fishing area here, and yeah, I was thinking like the story behind this is that he's kind of the fisherman of the island. And you can also see that on the Broadwalk food court, there is like a little sushi counter. So, you know, it's a local fish. O'Hare is fishing for all that stuff, and maybe he's like the owner of the sushi stand or something. This area here is also one of my favorites of the island. It's nothing special, but as most of you, or maybe some of you can remember, my island had this natural heart-shaped pond, and I kind of wanted to keep it here just for fun, and I made this like zodiac garden or something for the heart-shaped pond. So yeah, I definitely wanted to keep that because I think it was really, really cute. And then I had these two like little islands on the left side of the island, and I just wanted to make like some sort of generic picnic area here. So that's what you will see me do here in a little bit. So yeah, and that is day 6. I also did some other builds, but to be honest, like, building in front of your PC is kind of boring, and because I had to do like so much building for these 7 days, most of it I just wanted to do while laying on a couch or laying in bed. That's why there is like not that much footage of me building these things, because yeah, it's just more comfy to lie on a couch and build, and that's probably one of the reasons why I don't do too many speed builds, because when I build, I just like to be comfy, especially when I have to do a lot of it at once. But yeah, this challenge was honestly so much fun. Like, I had a good time, and for some reason I was like really motivated and inspired to like finish this island for some reason. But I have to say at this point that I'm filming this video or making this voiceover, I still haven't completed day 7, and I'm not sure if I have much time for that because I'm just so busy at work these days, and I have a lot of stuff, like a lot of work trainings to do this week. So I think this is probably gonna be just like 6 days of island progress, and then I have a couple of days before the island tour releases that I can still finish a couple of smaller areas. But in the end, we got so much done in just 6 days, and I'm so happy because even if I would have wanted to make this island much better and much more like thought out, I think it turned out quite cute in the end anyways, and I'm just happy that I gave this island like one more shot and I just didn't give up on it, because I think it definitely deserves like an ending. And honestly, while building this island, I just realized how much I really love the tropical theme, and maybe it will make a comeback one day, because I kind of want to recreate this island with a better plan, you know. Now this is kind of like just making whatever comes to my mind and just going with it. But yeah, also actually, obviously this is kind of like speed running my island, so if I would have given it more time, I would have had obviously more time to make more builds, because I realized like in the end this island has a lot of like empty space that I've just like filled with butterfly models and palm trees and bamboo trees. Like you will probably see if you go and tour this island, you will see like there would actually be much more space to make like some cool builds, but most of it is just like a filler area, which obviously happens when you try to finish an island in like 1 week. You have to kind of cut some corners and not build in every single spot. But yeah, what I still have to do is most of the beaches, so they are probably not going to be anything too special. And yeah, I don't think I finished Hopkins' yard or Fuchsia's little yard. I mean, Fuchsia doesn't have a lot of space either, so her yard is not going to be anything special. But I do want to create some sort of either pool area or arcade for Hopkins. So I still need to finish that, and that is not included in the video. Also, I did end up going back to this picnic area because, like you can see here, I was kind of like playing with the custom designs, but I think this beige one was a bit too light, so I think in the end I made the picnic areas match with the custom designs, because I just think the more orange style, maybe it's a bit dark, but I think it was a bit more tropical in a way. Maybe not, maybe it's just me, but I think the darker color definitely blended in to the landscape a bit better. And yeah, as I mentioned, most of the builds I actually wanted to just do while chilling on the couch. So I kind of speed run through some of the builds that I did later during day 6, which include the Able Sisters area, June's yard, and the beach in front of Camel Frog's yard. So here you can just see kind of the transition of these areas. So before and afters, this is June's yard. I made it into kind of like a garden because it kind of suits the normal personality type. She has this like sugarcane garden on her own private island. Able Sisters area obviously was also kind of small, so there wasn't too much I could decorate here, but I just threw a few cute fashion looking things around. And then I also decorated Camel Frog's, or the beach in front of Camel Frog's area as well. And here we are. It's kind of also this kind of abandoned beach because I wanted it to kind of match Camel Frog's area a little bit. And I just love these like ruined pillar items so much. So yeah, I still need to finish Hopkins' yard. I think he is gonna live by the beach. Then I have some of the other beach areas that I have to finish, but yeah, I'll just probably throw some beach chairs around. Then there is Fuchsia's little corner. And oh yeah, and the Nook's Cranny area. But yeah, for this, I'm really like in a kind of a roadblock. I don't know what to do with it, but we will see. So that is 6 days of building my island. What do you guys think? What do you think of the areas that I have done in this short time? Like, obviously I wanted to make this in 1 week in real time, but I made it in like 1 week, but separate days, if that makes any sense. But yeah, this was honestly a lot of fun. I know it can be a little bit burnout, risky, but for me, it was a lot of fun and I didn't want to take it too seriously. Like, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna build stuff and whatever comes out of it, and we're just gonna leave it be. But yeah, that's my tropical island progress for now. As I said, I didn't actually play on day 7, so I think I'm gonna use whatever time I have now until my next video to kind of try and finish the island. And hopefully I will have an island tour up very, very soon so you can see the areas in more details. And if you are new here, you can also see like the older builds in more detail. Obviously there will be a dream address out as well. So if you want to tour this island yourself, you can do that with me. And yeah, then it's kind of time to say goodbye to this island eventually. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know what you think. What was your favorite build so far? And if you did like this video, make sure you give it a like. And feel free to subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you here in the future. And yeah, I think that is it from me, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys!